What can you remember from last session then?
We'd made a deal with the manticore not to eat us if we dragged them stuff out.
That's about it.
That's about it.
What do you do now then? You're in a dimly lit cave with a manticore munching on 3 dead newtlings.
I did have a thought that I should bring up. Lads, I've just thought, Dane went missing in here, and I doubt a manticore could eat Dane, but there might be something quite nasty in here.
Mm-hmm.
Just before we get all overconfident, Natalie.
What, you lot? Never.
Right, I'll get sneaky then, and I'll have a look about through here.
The manticore couldn't fit through the east cave bit, could he?
No, that was his problem, was he? The corridor widens out into another cave. Earl, can you make a sneaky roll then?
Don't move very quietly, but I am well hidden.
Well, similarly, anything that may be nearby seems to be as awful as you. So, do you approach the entrance to the cave?
Yeah.
Peer around the cave, you see a bunch of newtlings numbering 4, and in the corner you see 2 vials of pale green liquid.
What are the newtlings doing?
They are against the back wall, and they seem to be in a defensive position, crouching in a formation, holding tridents out, and clacking and hissing to each other. Apparently they're as shitty at spotting you as you are at moving silently.
I can't understand what they're saying.
I don't believe you speak Newtland. They're not talking in dread tongue, hissing and whistling in their own tongue. And it said there seem to be... Newtlands also can't see at night, so there's a gutter and torch illuminating the small cavern. And now the rest of you is just standing in the corridor.
I'm going up behind.
Move a little bit. But I'm going to wait until there's an opening for me to go through without not wanting to be there by me sneakier folk.
Okay.
Right. I'll knock an arrow.
Right.
And out of the darkness, I'll say, now lads, don't panic.
Mm-hmm.
Right, they go into a defensive crouch against the back wall and brandish their tridents and look frantically left and right to spot you.
We're here to look for a friend of ours, and we don't want to have to kill you, so how about we parley?
Well, to be honest, the Duke's order was place out because this is on his land and we've been doing terrorist attacks.
Good point, I'll shoot one in the face. Sorry, we're being ordered to go murdery, so we'll do murdery.
Yeah. Get them off my land was basically the order that you were given. Right, so yeah, you get a shot off first before we do anything else. 96, right. An arrow clatters off the cave wall behind one of them. Drawn what looks like flint darts out from their belts. They've seen you now. So you fire an arrow, again missing this creature. Do you shout any kind of warning to the others in the other room?
Get in there! I'll get that.
Right, you step forward into the room. Hall goes next. Hall, he pulls out a small sling and begins to fill it with a stone. Blondel, you've heard the cry of get in here?
Right. That's full movement rate and I'll defend.
Right, so you run into the corner. Next up we have Kane.
I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll just move up to them.
So you run straight into the room, no problem. Steve casually comes in, interested to see what's happening. Phineas steps forward with his trident into melee range, Crodan, and jabs at you with a trident. Oh, he stabbed you in the chest.
Cheeky bugger, I'll dodge.
Right, he jabs forward with the trident, and you nimbly step out of the way. McLovin.
I am going to hit the Newton that just doesn't go at all.
He attempts to get his little shield in the way. He succeeds. You cut him a little as you blast through his shield, and he looks quite surprised. But his leathery skin also seems to absorb some of the blow. Hurt him just a little bit. Kane, he's moving his lips, but he's speaking in some language you don't.
Yeah, well, he will be speaking soon. Q right. Next turn.
5 damage in your abdomen. I don't think that gets through your armor, does it?
No, but I will attempt to parry it because got to get those ticks, and by that I'm not getting me tick.
You fail. Rualin.
That basically puts me there, I think.
It does.
I'm coming, lads. I'm coming.
As he
He's only got
flip-flops
his
across
legs.
the stone floor of the cavern. Toady runner. Also next to Kane. Missing with a wild swing. They don't seem terribly skilled. And finally, the Bob. The man of the moment.
Nah, we'll just wait there.
End of round 1. We are back to... Okay, so Cruden.
So I'll shoot the one next to us again then.
That looks nasty. Yeah.
Front
He
leg.
goes down, you impale him through the leg. He falls
I've got this set
dead to
Manta
the floor.
Clausen.
Hall howls at that one of his comrades has gone down. Stabs out at Kane. Missing. Blondel,
Move to engage.
you step forward.
Hit the one directly opposite me.
You whack him. Go on. Oh, you swipe at his head. He tries to parry with his shield. He succeeds, deflecting the rather weak blow. He sticks his tongue out. He unrolls it and moves his lips, and strange neutling sounds come out. Okay, Kane. Killer Kane.
I'll swipe at the one to my left.
Very good, sir. 9 damage on the left arm. That's mostly blocked by shield. It gets through, but it cuts into his rubbery skin and it doesn't seem to inflict any damage.
Attack nab it.
Steve's going, this is quite interesting. Why are these small beasts stabbing you with their 3 pine spears? It'll move
We
in.
got told to kill them and they
Yeah,
don't want to do as they're told.
But why would they not do as they're told? This doesn't make any sense.
They're disobedient and faulty. Things are a bit broken, like.
And McLovin.
I will move up to that square there and attack the one to the north. Or
Moving
I
up.
step forward and hit it with my copper.
Right, so you take a mad swing and miss. Neptune. Seeing this, he stabs back at you, Brissy. Missing. Ruwalan.
Hang on, lads. I'm on my way.
You run round
What
past the
legs?
back of Steve, who's looking on, interested. Toadrunner. Kane. Missing. Bobbin.
He will scoot round the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, and attempt to shoot the newtling. Look at that!
20. Wow.
What a machine!
Jesus.
He's an absolute machine.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he fails his dodge roll. He beans him in the head and he goes down. End of round, and we're back to Croden.
I'll shoot past that one into one of the ones on Blondel.
And then you open fire. Right, he hits. He fails his dodge roll. You bean him in the leg for 8 damage. He falls to the ground as his leg stops working. Right, he falls prone to the ground, squealing and grasping at his legs. And finally, Hall.
Me yet?
Yeah, he can stab you. He stabs at Blondel. Misses you, narrowly whistles past your head. It's your turn now, Blondel.
Shall hit the one to my right.
That would be Hall, yeah. Oof.
Ouch.
12 damage to the right leg. He tries to parry. He succeeds, but you blast through his shield and still do some damage.
Slashing.
Even though he got a shield in the way, you slash through that. Right, he succeeds, although there's blood gushing down his leg.
To bleed out.
And he's broken-hearted about it. Look. Right, Kane.
I'll slash at the one I slashed at prior. I'll move up 1 square though.
Okay, the one with the leg who's on the floor. So you gain a bonus to hit because he's lying on the floor. Because his leg no longer works. 11 damage to the tail. Right, okay. You sever the tail. He expires noisily on the floor. Steve isn't doing anything because he's still learning. McLovin.
I attempt to hit the same guy again.
Okay. The one on the floor, you get a 40% bonus. So you kill the one on the floor who was unconscious. He dies.
Oh, I'm about.
Yeah, that was the one you were going to question. That was
Yeah.
the one that you bring our coppers down and chop through his leg, and he dies, expiring on the floor, leaving Mr. Bleeder. Neptune is kaput. Rualen. For terrorists, they seem to be going down so easily.
I pull a long torpedo-shaped bread roll from me back.
Oh yeah,
And
because there's a tail now lying on the floor, which is apparently
Exactly.
a delicacy.
And advance towards the tail.
Licking your beak, as it were.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have one left. Bobbin.
He will scoot over to Crowdan's next, isn't he? Yeah, I'll not do anything with him. He'll just scoot over to watch Crowdan nail this last one in the head.
Right.
I'll shoot him.
You shoot him. Damage to the right leg. Don't think there's anything this guy's going to do. He's already going to be dodging at -20. We'll give it a go, like. The arrow passes cleanly through the Newtland. It gurgles and you do 8 damage. It falls to the ground.
Still alive?
It is barely alive.
First aid roll, lads.
God.
Right, you walk over
My
to
turn.
it.
I shall move to there, pick up the tail and slap it into me bread bun. And looks round at everybody and goes, am I supposed to cook this first?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Ah.
If you don't
Took
cook
it
it,
back.
it tastes like fish.
I'll tuck it away in me backpack for later.
He is bleeding out because of the slash he took to the leg.
I failed my first aid roll, so I'll step back and let somebody else have a go.
I'll try and staunch the bleeding.
Oh, a special success. You pin him down and he weakly tries to raise his trident and you push it to one side and staunch the bleeding.
I'll say in trade talk, where's the others?
He looks at you, he says, cave, and he points south.
Where's the one that looks like him? And I'll point at Kane.
He just sort of looks at you, like blinks his newt eyes and shrugs.
Have you seen any other humans here?
He nods his head vigorously.
Where?
He points cave and then like points down to the south again.
When?
He shrugged, doesn't seem to have an idea of a time, more or less.
Right, I'll grab him by the scruff of the neck, drag him over and chuck him at the manticore.
Now,
Right, where's this cave to the south?
I'll take a couple of the flint darts.
you might as well get some more stuff you're not skilled with, mightn't you?
Yeah.
Good possible. So when he said the cave to the south, there's no other exits from this room, is there?
No.
And there wasn't any from the manticore room either.
No.
It must just be the next one down.
Can I do a search to see if there's any secret doors?
That's a good point.
It takes 15 minutes or so. You sons of bitches. While you're searching for that, Dave, you have a found item. In the corner, you find a small clay amulet.
Hey, lads, what I found. We'll add it to the party kitty.
A small clay amulet in the shape of an impala. In addition, you find a concealed door.
I think when the Newtland was like, South Cave, definitely trying to throw us off. It's good that we didn't instantly decide to just leave the cave and drag our tokens across on the map outside.
As Crowden left the cave and ran all the way down, somebody has to go
I
and
was
get
going
him.
to. I'll listen at the door.
Make a listen roll. Right, you hear nothing.
Does it open inwards or outwards?
It swings inwards, because then you can bar it.
Does it look locked?
There isn't a locking mechanism that you can see. It's carefully carved wood made to blend in with the stone of the cave.
So kick the door down?
Why don't you search round the door for like a push round to see if there's like a pressure switch?
Well, you search around, you haven't found a pressure switch. You reckon you just push it.
I'll try pulling it open.
You try to pull it open, it doesn't open, but then you push it and it swings open, revealing a small corridor ending in a door.
Check for traps.
You don't detect any traps on the door.
Check
These
the
do
floor
seem
and
to be well-constructed stone walls inside, not natural cave walls.
What does the door at the end of the corridor look like?
Plain wooden door. There's a bar for the secret door on this side of the wall.
Somebody stand in the doorway so the door doesn't close.
I'll do that.
And I'll have a listen to the other door.
Success. It's all pretty quiet, but you do hear a slight scrape and a shuffling noise as if something was about on the other side of the door.
I'll make a hand signal to the lads to let them know there's possibly something behind the door.
I'll point at Kane and point at the door, and point at you and point at the door, as if to say, you open the door, Kane charges in, and I'll follow you up.
I like that plan. I'm really good at the charging bit.
Getting ready to follow in, Kane.
And you push the door open, yeah?
Yeah.
Kane, you charge into a rectangular room. In it are two Newtons asleep on reed beds. The third one was moving about the room. And there's a door in the north wall. There's some fish scraps on the floor. And as you burst in, I'm going to have a roll on Mr. Newton. See if he noticed the door open or whether you caught him completely flat-footed.
No, he doesn't hear us. Doesn't hear the clunk, 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 clunk.
Clunk, clunk, clunk. None of that. I could imagine you're quite difficult to hear. He is completely caught unawares as you pull the door open, but he does notice you straight away as you come running into the room.
Initiative time?
Roll some initiatives then, peeps. I'm going to roll for these two guys. I mean, assuming they even get a chance to wake up.
How embarrassing. The last words out of his mouth will be, no more about to want to go to school.
No, I'm just packing my satchel.
Then his head comes off.
So for the purposes of this, Kane gets to go first.
Okay, that works. I'll move up to him then.
Now do a street samurai slide and cut his head off.
Do I get an attack? Is that...
Yeah, you get an attack first, and then we'll go to normal initiative rounds. Because of your clunk, clunk, clunk noise of your plate mill clanking, the one on the right stirs and wakes as you run across the room. But the other one is blissfully asleep. You run over, you swing, 11 hits in the chest. Wow. He tries to dodge as he doesn't have his shield up. He gets a special. He sidesteps out of the way.
God damn it.
Roll on your first, but you're also at the back.
Well, I'll move to there so I don't get in everybody else's road. Because otherwise I'm going to block that little corridor. People like Crodan will probably be hoofing a duck up the arse to get it out the way.
So I do.
Another devastating swing. Yeah, that one plows into the right arm. Doesn't sever it, but disables it. Croden.
I can't just barge my way past all this, can I?
McLovin's flattened against the wall and pushed the door open for the side.
Slide into the room on my knees and shoot one of the ones on the bed.
Right, the one on the left is still asleep, so you get plus 40% to hit him. The one on the right has woken up and is starting to rise, so you'll get plus 20% to hit him.
I'll shoot the one on the right.
2 points of damage. Right, it doesn't penetrate his rubbery skin. The one fighting Kane raises his trident but shouts an alarm. Clonks you in the head.
Oh, it's fine. I'll take it.
The trident scrapes along your helmet, just leaving a little scar in the bronze armour, but doing no damage, and it looks terrified, almost afraid of you. McLovin.
I will move 1, 2, 4. Not very honourable, but I will attack.
You get plus 40% to hit, so don't forget to add your modifier in. Raise the coppice and bring it down upon the unconscious sleeping creature.
Even he'll manage to miss.
Right, so you chop through this thing, its eyes briefly flick open, and then it dies. Right, Blundell.
I also run into the room.
Again, super easy, barely an inconvenience. You're literally just chopping through these guys.
Set to defend.
Duckfoot scrambles upright and scrambles across the floor and starts fumbling with the door handle. Bobbin.
He is going to 1, 2, 3, 4 and shoot. He won't shoot. He'll move more. He'll just move up to there.
Okay, new round. Crodan, you get a second shot.
You should take Thrump, prisoner.
Right, you've shot which one in the head?
One at the door.
The one at the door. Right, the arrow sinks into his head. 4, he falls unconscious on the floor with an arrow stuck in his head.
Aye, he's did his sassally in on him.
Kane.
Yeah, I'll just attack this one. Attempt to finish him off.
He's dead now as you cut him down.
Don't have time for games. And then I'll move up to the other one.
Right, he is unconscious on the floor with an arrow wound to the head. So you step forward. What do you do now?
Kill, but I was planning to first aid him. And then we'll maybe question this one. Question every new we get. I'm really good at it. God damn it.
Not that good, eh?
I mean, I actually am, but I'm just apparently not as well at the same time. Nah, fucking give up. I'll just cut his head off. Let's go. Next, next door.
There's a door in the north wall.
I'll point Bracy towards the door.
Yeah. I'll go and have a listen by the door.
As we're messing around with the door, Bobbin will go around and have a look at all the Newtons, see if there's anything interesting. If there isn't, he'll slowly drag them towards the Manticore's room and throw them in. just over time.
Manticore sitting there like burp with like a distended stomach. Other than the 5 reed mats, there's 2 spare tridents, a net, a small shield, and 10 flint darts, plus what they were carrying.
Okay, I'll point at Kane, point at the door, draw an arrow, tell Rualan to get ready to go in as well. Blondel, you stay with me. Me and you will go in after they go in.
I'll kick in the door.
Right, you kick the door. There's a loud thumping noise as the door does not open and it appears to be locked or barred.
That's fine. Does it feel like there was a bar on the other side?
Yes, it feels like there's a bar on the other side.
Can I get my crowbar out and attempt to lever the door somehow?
Yeah, sure. Make a strength roll. It's stoutly barred. Oh, god damn. You've put your back into it. You heave, your muscles bulge. You break into a sweat, and then there's a loud crack, and the door flies inward.
Georgie, lad,
as it does that, there's a loud gong noise happens.
As soon as that happens, I'll drop the crowbar and pull out my sword. And I'll have Bobbin pick it up once he's done feeding the Manticore.
It's where we're going, and Bobbin's just petting the Manticore. Good pretty cat.
Oh, God.
You smash the door in. There's an altar in the centre of the room. Right, now what you're looking at is there's a large moat, effectively, around the central dais on which the altar stands. The light beige colour is a slope that goes down into the water, and then you've got the water, and then the stone dais is raised out of that. There's an aluminium basin on the top, which has turbulent water in it, and above there is a glowing sphere of white light. It looks like the moat is not clear water. It looks like there's plant life, there's fish swimming about in it. There is an important looking Newtland standing on the altar. He's done something and the loud gong noise is sounding throughout the temple. Glowing eyes are spaced around the walls and floor of the temple. What do you do?
Enter the room. I hope I don't explode.
You see the 2 doors, one to the north, one to the west.
I don't see any signs of thing.
There's no sign of Dane. In each corner is a silverish coloured metal rod. As you step into the room, Kane, you do possibly explode. You can feel pressure as you've run through, and it appears that you've broken some kind of warden.
Do those holes look similar to those that around that camp?
Yes.
Okay. I have a feeling going into that area is probably really bad.
You only have a few seconds to act. What does everybody else do?
I'm going to go in the room where Kane is and shout to the Newtland, "This could go 2 ways, lad. We want to know where Dane is."
He speaks in remarkably good trade tongue. He is inhibited by his lips for forming some of the vowels, so he speaks heavily accented. He says, "I have no idea who this Dane is, but you can get out right now." Make listen rolls, people. You hear the sounds of bars being lifted from the 2 doors to the north and to the west.
Oh, shit.
Gong noise coming from the aluminium bowl in the centre of the room.
Well, we could move back into the room we came from. It'd be easy to defend a single door.
Or we'll go on the offensive.
Offensive. Let's do it, boys.
I'll head over the far door then.
I will shoot the Newtling in the face. Last chance to come quietly.
All right. It doesn't stop arrows, apparently.
It's an oversight on God magic, I think.
It's a total oversight.
He's gonna have to total his scope when he gets up
It's
there.
just like Found Child's at the meeting. No, we don't need to make this spell work against arrows. Like, who's going to use those?
Who's going to fire arrows in a sacred temple? I mean, really, yeah.
Kane holds the north door. Everyone else lamp the priest.
You fire first, Earl, so you get a free shot. Right, Tavish, you've crossed the line, as it were. So there's a woo kind of noise, and you feel an electric shock as you have stepped forward too far.
Okay.
You take 3 points of damage to the left arm, ignoring all armor.
All right.
Well, having 90% skill almost, fires and misses for the third time tonight.
I am awful.
We're having a good one, aren't we? Kane, as usual, you go first.
Do I hear scuffling on the other side of this door?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to. Can I attempt to disrupt the priest?
You can. You cast disruption.
Yeah, I actually did.
You feel the spirit magic flow through you. You cast it as it crosses the line of the first two pillars. There's a kind of an electrical discharge, and you feel the energy of the spell dissipate.
God damn it! I'll scowl at him. Make sure he knows that I'm disappointed in him.
McLovin.
I am going to cast Fire Blade. Just should have done earlier.
Well. Make a power times 5 roll.
Whoosh.
Sword bursts into flames. Is that everything? Are you moving into the room or?
Yes.
Blundell.
Right, I shall cover the door, this one here.
Okay.
With my sword out facing the door. If anybody comes through, they're going to get hit.
Very well. Kane, the door is pulled open in front of you. Inside the room, you see 2 more Newlands.
It's killy time.
They look incredibly surprised, but they are ready for combat as the alarm has been sounding. So the one in the front actually takes a wild stab at you with his trident. 4 on the left leg. Easily flick these aside and get unbelievably overpowering these without much problem whatsoever. Okay, it is the guy on the altar. He touches the silver bowl, chants something, the silver bowl, the water inside of it thrashes, and the second set of those poles seem to glow. Crodan, you see a quick flash of a blue horse rearing up in the water in front of the temple, and you feel fear enter your mind. Wow, not bad. 7 out of 100. What's your power?
16.
Sorry.
Yes, you are overcome with fear and dread as you are demoralised.
So is demoralised like half attack chance, or?
Yes, that is the end of his turn. And the ward, the second set, has lit up at his touch. Mr. Quacktavish.
So if I kept going, every time I pass a pair of them pillars, I'm going to get a shock, aren't I?
Aye, but you're a tough lad.
Right, but for now, I'm going to stop where I am, and I am going to fire a sling at that priesty type person.
Roden, ooh, it's all scary. The water horse spirit is often associated with Solafel.
Oh, bollocks.
Right, so dread strikes fear into your heart. What would you like to do now?
Shoot him in the face.
Right. Your hands shaking so bad because you're afraid that you fire and miss.
Palms are sweaty.
Arm spaghetti.
I look for the mob spaghetti, yeah.
Right, so is that your turn?
Yeah. I really want to try to talk you out of this, but I'm not very good at it.
Get out, this is my home, this is my temple. I shoot him in the face. That were your exact words, Earl.
I
Oh, God.
Right, Dave, the door flies open. You see, again, another room. For a terrorist organisation, they seem to have a lot of rooms which are just sleeping quarters. Slow. And Newtland looks quite shocked that you're standing there, but the alarm's up, so he's not shocked enough to not try and stab you. The 4 that are on the pallets seem to be waking up, and there's 2 standing in front of the doors trying to get past you. Right, Dave, you take a stab from a spear. Oh, there's an impale in the leg. The trident stabs down. You need a special to avoid it, otherwise you will take a hit.
I'll go for a parry.
You go for a parry, right? Okay.
With my medium shield.
It's a success. I believe that just goes through, and the trident impales through your shield, Dave. Goes through, but it'll not go through your armour. But you can't use your shield for parrying now until the trident's pulled out as you yank the trident out of you.
Don't forget my slingshot. No.
Oh, it whistles past his head, though. It was well aimed. It was just...
Can I get me second shot?
Ineffectual, you do.
Oh,
you fire just past his head.
It's so sad. Right, I know there's some discussion about standing down. I know I heard things like the Zolafel being shouted and all that stuff. But this guy did just try to kill us, you know? Like, that hit he did could have ended my life. So, I really think, until given a better solution to the issue, killing him is in my best interest.
He might parry. He's canny uber, you know, with these small shells.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to see it.
Maybe not.
You hate to see it.
Parrying with shield is dropped, right? So he drops his shield and it rolls across the floor. He sort of looks down at the shield, looks up at you with a worried look on his face. And you hit in the right arm. So you slash his right arm severely and he drops his trident as well.
He's just looking at
looking at you. He sees death standing before him. Right, McLovin.
In a loud, powerful voice, a shout to cease this madness. We just wish to talk.
Yeah, that's not going to fly. You've invaded the temple to Zolafel. The guy...
That's like a minus 60% modifier right there.
You can have a roll.
Well, he did attack first, in my eyes.
He attacked first. You burst into the room, killed a bunch of mutants, then kicked the door open and then fully intent on killing them.
That specific Newtland attacked me before I attacked him.
No. The Newtons attacked the Manticore because you can go outside and have a look. He's eating them. Nothing to do with the scruff.
Well, the worst thing you can do is burst into somebody else's temple and start killing people. He shouts a word in Newtland. You don't know what it means, but it probably was rude and derogatory and had something to do with your mother for 5 generations.
That's amazing that they've got a one word.
They've got one word. It's all body language, you see. He waggles his tail and blinks his eyes as well. I could have gone with it if you hadn't just butchered everybody in the other room and then Kane was literally in the process of hacking somebody up as you were shouting, hey, we're just here to talk. Andy's running about, you've got a fire blade going.
It's an accident. It's cutting his mates in half.
But yeah, no, I'm sorry it doesn't fly. So is there anything else you'd like to do?
What are these poles made of around the room?
A silvery metal.
Silvery metal, so it's
if you want to make a mineral though, sadly nobody is sure what they're made of, basically just a silvery metal.
Would it be possible to swap my sword into my shield hand just to hold while I pull out one of these flint dagger thingies?
Darts, yes.
And then I'm going to lob it at him.
Blondel.
I shall try and hit this bloke with who's got his trident stuck on my shield.
Okay. 13 the right arm. He has got a shield still, so he'll have a go. He succeeds. Right, okay, it does penetrate the shield, and he actually still takes some damage in the arm as he gets impressed and surprised by your ferocity and vigour. Does the blade? He's going to make a con ×5 roll. No, he's not. He staggers slightly back into one side, Dave. Collapses to the ground, clutching at his arm, which is bleeding profusely. Next is McGregor. Ryan, he steps back and his companion steps forward, stabbing out with his trident. Missing. Quick tail. Right, this guy steps forward. The others are awake now, but are still to stand up, so they can't act this round. Stabs at you, Dave. Misses. The sleeping ones are no longer sleeping and are standing up and grappling for their weapons.
Oh, we might as well have another go with a sling. Why not?
5 damage on the right arm. Automatically misses, so yeah, you hit him on the right arm for 5, but it only does a minor amount of damage, as he seems to be covered in, like I said, in strangely decorated leather, for want of a better word.
I'm gonna have to go down there and chop his head off in person, aren't I?
I'll shoot him in the face again.
Do you miss?
Is there anything we can do to stop Crodan being demoralised?
Yeah, you can dispel magic on him, or you can cast fanaticism on it.
Would that be dismiss magic?
You could try a dismiss magic 1 on him.
Well, it's all we've got, really, isn't it?
You just need to roll your rune as you invoke the power of Humact.
Right, hang on.
Humact normally either truth or death. So you invoke the death rune, so your feathers all turn black like a black and white photo image, and you cry out in a deep voice sounding like death itself to Earl, and you're like, if you don't pull yourself together, you're gonna die. And Earl, you feel demoralised. Ruwalan literally puts the fear of death into you, overriding the demoralise spell.
Or to put it another way, you're all right, mate.
I think you're a match. Tell us when I can shoot him in the face again.
Plug him full of holes, will you?
The 4 Newtlins in the room facing Dave. Kane, it's back to you.
Well, we'll try and kill this Newtlin again. Oh no, it's the first time I'm going to try and kill him, isn't it? No. Or is it again? I don't know.
This is the first time you kill him. The other one has staggered backwards.
I believe that's his shield arm.
Hey, look, his shield's still attached to his arm. His arm's not attached to his body.
He does parry, but you bash through his small shield. He looks horrified as you just cut through the edge.
That's how we do it.
What a dude. What a dude. McLovin.
I am going to throw one of these.
So have at it. Son of a bitch.
Sorry.
Beauty.
You throw the dart. It hits him in the right leg and does another minor amount of damage. Blondel.
I shall take the swing at the one who's just stepped in front of us.
Okay.
Oh.
Whoops.
Whoops. You fall to the ground, taking 3 rounds to get up. Oh, dear me. So he's on 40% bonus to hit you, Dave. As you are prone, I've got to have some nice prone icon, haven't I?
Well, if you don't have a falling down, we can just ignore it.
Right, you fell and take 3 rounds to get up. Excellent work, Dave. Excellent work. Muckraker's group. All right, that's the one at the top who's fighting you, Kane. Does he?
Bring it on.
He goes stabby. He miss. Blondel looming over you, this size 6 Newtlin with his trident. He brings the trident down. He stabs you in the right leg with it for 5 whole damage. You can't parry this round.
Oh no, I've got 4 points.
You take a point of damage. 2 of them run towards you, and you see at the back of the room, Dave, the other 2 disappear behind a door in the opposite wall to the door that you've just opened. The priest goes just before a wall, and you see the quick image of the horse flash, and then the Newtlin sort of glows, and he reaches in with one hand into the water, and you see his wounds closing. He's going to cast his own spell. His tattoos glow and magic swirls around him. Right, Ruwalan. Special. Right, the stone cracks off his left leg, but it seems to rebound off it before it actually contacts his skin and does no damage. Croden.
No more Mr. Nice Duck.
Shoot him in the face.
You
Please.
shoot him in the face. Well, you aim for the face, you miss. You hit him on the arm, but again, it bounces off his skin, which just seems much more resilient than it did a moment ago. End of round.
Just out of curiosity, lads, what do you reckon we ought to do? Finish off these Newtlins or deal with this priest?
I think we should kill the priest because he's going to blow us up if we give him half a chance. And the longer we take, the more likely he is we're going to get blown.
Croden and Rualan, you both get a second shot. Bracy, did you pick up more than one dart or not?
I picked up 2.
Right, you can have a second shot with your darts. Oh, no, that does go through. A 0-5. He does dodge your arrow, Earl. Can he dodge the slingstone? He's at minus 20%. Yes, he successfully dodges the slingstone as well.
Can I use my luck rune to get him to reroll his dodge?
You can't, but Earl could.
Yeah, I will. I'll use my luck roll to make him reroll.
Sadly, he gets hit in the leg. It hurts like a bastard. It does.
And it's impaled.
It is an impale, and it does quite a lot of damage, but not quite as much as you were hoping or expecting. It sinks in, and he howls in pain. Gain.
So I'm just going to kill this one, like right here. That seems good enough. Dodge time.
Yeah,
God
special
damn it.
success. As he dodges out of the way. Right.
Sigh.
Blondel on the floor. You can't get up for another 2 rounds.
Can I not do disruption on him?
Yeah, you can. Right, you successfully cast disruption. You need to roll a D100 to overcome his enormous power. Yeah, you disrupt him. You do a D3 damage. 3 damage. Armor does not absorb. Ow. That
Can you hit him in the head or something like that?
You hit him in the left arm. They've only got 3 points in the arm, so you disable his left arm and he can't parry with his shield. That is the one fighting Kane's group. Stabs at you with a trident cane. They seem to be swinging wildly, desperately almost. Yeah, now we're talking an impale in the leg that you parry. The trident sinks into your shield. You take no damage. You pull the trident from his arms and you can't parry with your shield anymore.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll pull it out afterwards.
Right, Quick Tail is going to attempt to pull the arrow from out of his leg. He's still got his hand in the bowl of water, and his other hand, he grasps hold of. Oh, yeah, look at that bad boy. 15 out of 100. He grasps over the arrow, yanks the arrow out with a yelp of pain, and his wound begins to close once more. Right, he is going to attempt to demoralize you again, El.
Please stop doing that.
Yeah, so he successfully casts the spell, and once more your body is invaded with thoughts of terror and fear. You're the one doing all of the impaley damage. That's his turn, Rualan.
Right. Okay.
Bugger indeed.
Right. Well, that's me done, I think.
Yeah. You fire and narrowly miss his head, sadly. Crud.
I will shoot him in the face. In fact, no, I'm going to shoot him in the dick.
I'm noticing a pattern here. God damn it. You shoot him in the left arm. It bounces off his enhanced supernatural skin. The one fighting Dave stabs you in the head for 6 damage, Dave.
I shall try and dodge.
You're at minus 20, mind.
Need to get under 24 then.
You son of a bitch, sir. The trident stabs down and you whip your head out of the way and it dinks off the floor. The others can't get in. However, the other 2 have disappeared from sight out through that other door. End of round. Earl, you can get a second shot, as can Rualan.
Right. Pointless, but road not out.
So it does hit, but it inflicts no damage. And Earl misses again because he's demoralized once more. Kane.
Will this guy just die? I'm getting the rolls. He's just been quite dodgy.
You cleave down, cutting into his tail. He falls down dead.
That looks like I could be on for a second sandwich, eh?
Just gobbling your way through through every encounter.
McLovin.
I will try hiring this second dart at him.
Okay. An impale in the chest. Right, you throw the dart. It does indeed impale him in the chest. It does stick in, and he's now got to try and pull the dart out of his chest, thus again preventing him from doing anything. Nice shot, sir. Blondel, you lie on the floor. Are you disrupting again?
I may as well have got out to lose.
You successfully cast disruption. 97 does not overcome his power. Your magic has little to no effect. Muckraker. Right, Muckraker is the one in the top corner, and he's backpedaling frantically. Kane. He scrambles backwards across the room with his one arm.
I'll peek in and cast Disruption on him.
Priest dude does not manage to pull out the dart this time, so he can't get healed this turn.
I suppose it'll have to be more of the same then, won't it?
I'm going to shoot him in the nose, but we're going to die if we don't get up there and chop him into little bits.
Yeah.
So far, you seem to have been lucky, and you keep impaling him with small amounts of damage, just enough, because you can ignore an impaled weapon, but if you do anything other than try to pull it out, then you take more damage. This is why, in general, people, if they're in a safe position, will try and pull out the impaled weapon so they can heal. Right, it does hit. It does not penetrate his skin. Dave. It's stabby Mr. Dave. 6 in the left leg, Dave.
I shall try and dodge again.
You gotta get 24 hours. He dodges again. So he rolls to the side. He goes clink off the floor, and then he rolls the other way and it goes clink off the other side.
I'm up this turn.
You son of a bitch. Right, Crawdon, Rowan, you can have a second shot. End of round.
Can I start spellcast fire
Notice
arrow?
Ryan.
Me?
Yes, a bit. He does do it. He does do
Yeah,
it.
you can cast fire arrow
with 12 points of power behind it. In fact, 18.
End of round, Kane.
Now I'll do me Disrupt on that guy.
Right, do a D3. He just dies, he expires.
And then we're going to move 4 squares towards BBG, as you call them.
He was backing up towards the northwestern corner.
I'll keep that in mind for when we're done here.
Right, so you run down the slope and plunge into the water, is that correct? Right, so you trigger the ward.
How big is the lip in front of us? Let's go back up, like a ramp.
There's a half metre of water in the moat.
That's fine.
Right, your right leg takes a point of damage that is not absorbed by anything as the ward flashes as you cross it. McLovin.
Right, how high are these poles?
Silvery metal poles are 2 metres.
I want to try and do like a parkour jump over the height of the pole. So I'm like jumping in front of where Rualen is, but I'm going over the height of the pole, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure. Make a jump roll.
Dope.
Yeah, you dive straight into the ward. You get hit in the right arm. You take 3 damage to the right arm. It stings like a mother. Blondel. You may stand up.
I'll twat the bugger.
Right, you swing at the Newtland. You hit it in the abdomen, and it attempts to dodge. Easily moving away from your blow. This Newtland's going to have you, Div. Next up is Quicktail. He attempts to pull the dart from a 55. That's enough. He pulls the dart free, and the healing power of the ball flows up his arm. And you literally see the wound on his chest begin to close. He looks almost fully healed again. Going to go apeshit with Demoralize on Kane now. It succeeds. What's your power, Kane?
15.
It fails. It fails the Demoralize. Ooh.
Nice.
Quite tavish.
I need to swap weapons and fire up the Fireblade.
You do.
So what order
I'll
do
allow
I
you to draw the weapon and then cast your Fireblade, but you won't be able to, like... Critical success, your sword bursts into flames.
Can I still move?
You can still move half your movement. You cross the second ward.
Yes, I know I do.
It flares. The pain is much more intense this time.
Oh,
in
you
your
do,
chest,
that's right.
you take 4 points to the chest.
I'll just take it. I'm coming for him. I'm going to chop his fucking tail off and put it in a sandwich.
That's possibly the most terrifying of all. Krodan, you fired up the fire arrow.
I will cast Speed Dart to put 8 points behind Sure Shot and shoot him in the face.
You cast Sure Shot.
Shoot him in the face. Got him.
Just right. The arrow flies through. The warden spells flare as they attempt to dispel the spells, but there's so much magic and force behind it. It just blows straight through. Okay, roll your damage. 8 points of damage. Sadly, that's not enough to get through his armor.
Alright, we'll do the climb up and over this wall here.
Excellent.
Do I need a roll if it's a meter?
Nah, you can just climb up, it's fine.
All the way up to 1.
You take 6 damage to the abdomen.
Oh my god.
That might put you down. How many hit points you
It might. 7. Sweet.
Wow! So bang, there's an explosion in your groin area of pain. But you struggle through. Yeah, you think you may have popped a testicle running across the ward.
It's going to be more than his testicles. Gonna hurt
you
him.
raise your sword. You need some healing on that boy.
Must have gone off like a bit of popcorn.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's me.
Is anybody else crossing their legs right now? I am. McLovin.
How much of a disadvantage am I at for being demoralised?
You're at half chance to hit.
So basically, if I use my throwing dagger and look, can I pluck a throwing dagger, chuck it at him, then run and try and jump over the moat to get onto the platform?
Yeah, sure.
Right, I'll try that. I'll probably miss with this, but no, I miss on that one. And then, do you want a jump roll? Splosh.
You attempt to leap over it and you land splosh in the water. You can clamber up onto the thing and move 1 square forward if you wish.
Yeah, I'll take the hit on the ward.
In the head, 3 damage to the head as pain explodes in your head.
All your air stands on end.
And that is the end of your turn. Blondell.
I shall try and hit him again.
It's a hit on the left leg. Defends desperately. Yeah, he gets out of the way. You can't kill me, Dave. You can't kill me. Right. His weird black newt-like eyes roll back in his head, Kane, for just a second.
No.
And then you feel a spiritual force invading your body, pushing your own spirit out of your body. Can you please make a spirit combat roll?
Spirit combat. Oh god, that's not very good. I don't like that. I have to do spirit.
Whereas I get a 15. Yeah, so he does 6 magic points damage to you. And it's as if his spirit is trying to force its way into your body and take control. Right?
Okay.
The eyes roll back into focus, and briefly you see that the waterhorse spirit overlay itself over the top of the shaman, and the shaman begins to move again. He gets healed again as the eyes look different though, as if there's a different person behind them. He opens his mouth and a whinnying noise comes out. Quack Tavish.
And I'm going to attack him. Horrible little scaly fella.
Very good, sir. He attempts to parry with his shield. He gets his shield in the way, and it's only 7 damage, so it bounces off.
Now, is there anything else I can do this round?
Not this round, I'm afraid, no.
Right.
Croden.
Shoot him.
Shoot him, go on then.
I'm going to shoot him because is this the beginning of the round or the end of the round?
Nah, you miss. End of round, do you want to fire again, Al?
No, I want to cast Dismiss Magic on myself. I'm an idiot.
Or is it a divine spell?
Yeah. It's a divine spell.
Yeah, you can burn the rune point, you can roll your rune, and you can dismiss magic upon yourself.
Critical on it.
Nice.
Man, you are so dismissed.
You are so dismissed. You're like, magic, get the F out of here. End of round. Kane, you're engaged in spirit combat. You can attack or you can just wait. You can't attack physically because you're in spirit combat.
I mean, that just seems kind of mean. Do I feel like this thing that's attacking me is via magic means? Or is it like a summoned spirit that is taking control of my body?
It's worse than that. You do recall tales from your tribe, and the shaman said that he could discorporate and his fetch would take possession of his body to continue fighting, while he could attack people on the spirit plane.
I'll use 2 rune points to cast Spirit Block 2 to cast against me rune. I'll just cast on me Truth Rune, I guess. It's not death, that's for sure.
You succeed in a... Kane is stood stock still, not attacking, not defending his arms, hang by his side. There's just beads of sweat breaking out on his forehead. McLovin.
Can I move and cast rune magic?
Yeah.
8 to get kind of like behind him.
Yeah.
And then I cast Dismiss Magic on myself.
Okay, roll your rune. Right, you cast Dismiss Magic. Don't feel quite so sad after all. Mary Poppins was right. Blundell still fighting the one. His trident stuck, so he's going to battle this turn. What would you
Can
like
I
to do?
hit him before he backs off?
Yeah, you can swing now. Parry. Fails. You stab him in the chest for 7 damage. Extremely badly hurt. Roll your spirit combat, please, Ryan. He fails. It's alright, you don't take any damage.
Nice.
Will pull out his trident, make a soft whickering noise, and then attempt to stab you at the end of the round with it. Ruwalin.
Right, I'll let him.
Okay, he can't heal because he doesn't have his hand in the water. You swing your fire blade. He tries to parry. Yeah, you hit in the right arm. It fails. 6 damage. Sadly, doesn't go through his skin. It bounces off, leaving just a scorch mark on the outside.
It's quite all right.
Right, Croden.
I'm going to shoot him, but this time I'm going to actually hit him, and I'm going to hurt him. Oh my god. Just
lose next attack and parry as you manage to entangle yourself in your bow.
I'm so done.
Do you just sit down and say, I'm not playing?
Yeah.
At least he still had a hold of you, boy.
That's true. You didn't throw it 6 meters away like somebody would mention here, Dave.
Don't know who you're talking about.
He backs up. This one is on the ground bleeding because you slashed him. This guy is moved up and he's got him supporting him. Actually, he can move there so they can both stab at you. The first one, Dave, stabs, hits but won't penetrate your armor. The second one stabs and fails. End of round, nobody's got anything at end of round because Gordon's busy eating his own bow.
Yeah, I'll just sit. Yeah, it's fine.
McLovin. Review.
I whack a
Chop
crap.
fucking chunks out of him.
Hey, you succeed. You do 7 damage. He attempts to parry with his shield and deflects the 7 points of damage easily away. Pretty much, you need to kill the body before Kane gets possessed and then turns around and just chops you all the fucking hamburger. Blondel, fighting 2 now.
Yeah, I'll hit the one directly to my left.
You hit the one directly to your left for 9 damage. Nice.
So does 1 point get through his shield then?
It does, but it bounces off his skin. Quick tail. Yeah, makes a spirit combat roll. Success.
Oh, I didn't take
Did a
that.
thing. Yeah, you were.
Yes.
You successfully mentally fend him off. You feel words thrust into your head. It's like, this is our house, our home. You don't belong here. The body, however, stabs at Ruwalin with his trident.
Does he really?
He does indeed. 5 damage to the right arm.
No, it doesn't. Well, in that case, I shall just allow him to think he's getting somewhere.
And Ruwalin, it's your turn. Oh, so close. You swing at his head and miss. 96 to 0 is always a miss. Lucky for him, Croden,
Put
6
holes in him.
damage. Yeah, he shoots at him. Bloody arrows just keep bouncing off. The first one bounces off.
Sticks in really hard.
8 damage almost goes through, but not quite.
Need a fucking impale. Can't remember the last time I rolled a crit.
Dave, it's stabby time for you. Stabby, failure, stabby, failure. Right, you see that door burst open, and behind, quite a throng of Newtons comes pouring through.
I say, Crodan, I think I'm going to need some help. There's some more coming through.
It's all going throng.
End of round. Kane,
Yeah, I think I'll attack him.
and also a success. Roll your spirit combat damage.
Only 2 this time.
Another 2. He does
6.
8.
8.
Yeah,
Oh, that's all my
rolling from that.
magic
I don't have a
points.
character sheet. That's all your magic points. Right, your spirit is pushed from your body as
Goodbye, spirit.
you are possessed by the spirit of Quicktail.
Did you take the defense off for your spirit block?
Oh shit, I did not.
Did
You
you
are
not?
100% correct.
4 points off that. So
So that puts us on 4.
We need to kill it.
right, so
And we need to
it
kill
does
it
that
now.
thing where you when 2 ghosts are fighting over a body and you say like your spirit sort of comes out and then you force yourself back into your body, but you can feel yourself weakening. Kane, not looking good for you. McLovin.
At this point, I realise how serious it's got. I roll on a passion to try and get a bonus for an attack.
Of course you can.
Okay, I will roll on, probably love family, because they're all like my brothers, so...
Shit's about to get real. Yeah, you get a plus 30% bonus to whatever you're trying to do.
Oh, I'll just hit them.
Hit him really, really hard.
You need to hit him really, really hard. That's 8 damage because of the blade sharp, though. However, you know that 8 isn't enough damage to get through whatever armor he's got up.
I will trade in my rune. Can I re-roll damage?
Yeah. So 6.
Damn it.
No. 6 plus 4, that's 10. Plus your D4 for your strength. That's 12 damage. Right, that does cut deep. He looks about a third wounded. Blondel.
Hold them for a few more seconds. Sit the Blondel.
Succeeds again. This is the world's hardest Newton. Quick tail.
He's doing bits of damage through, though, isn't he?
He is.
So
Quick tail succeeds
you'll get there.
at his spirit combat roll, Ryan.
Of course he does. It's just fine.
You succeed as well. I hope he rolls low. 3, 5, 1 point through. And you lose 3 points. And just need 3 magic points. Oh my god, it's so tense. And then we have Trident Stabby against Andy. Impale in the left leg.
Anything I can do about that?
You can parry or you can dodge.
That I can live with. So that'll be shield, won't it?
Right, you succeed, you prevent the damage, but the trident, he leaves go of the trident, and the trident is stuck in your shield, so you can't use your shield, and he reaches for a net that's on his belt.
In that case, I'll draw me spare short sword. I've got me fireblade in one hand.
Yeah.
I'll pull me spare short sword out, me ordinary one, and just use it to parry with.
So you pull your short sword out, and are you stabbing with your fireblade?
Yes, I think I might be.
Oof. He really needs to parry this one, doesn't he? Are you stabbing or slashing?
Is there a difference?
There is a difference because a stab means it's impaled in the shield the way that yours, so that if you leave go, you'll lose the fireblade, but he can't then use his shield until it's removed.
It'll be a slash. I'm not losing the fireblade.
Right, he successfully parries with his shield. However, that only stops 8, and that leaves 16 damage go through, of which his magical protection absorbs through. However, you open a serious gash on his leg.
Any chance I can offhand him with the offhand short sword?
You can do at the end of the round.
Right.
His leg is disabled.
Yeah.
And he needs to make a dex roll or fall over here. No, he falls over. He just misses it and goes prone. Falls over and goes prone. Crodan.
Shoot him.
I shoot him.
Good lad.
How did I roll a 99?
It was
what is going on?
What is going on?
And it would have been the head. I mean, come on.
I'd like to say I feel for you, but welcome to me DMing for the last 2 years. I'm going to stab Dave. I've got to kill Dave. Yes, and impale in the right leg, Dave. And you can't use your shield.
I'm going all melee from now on.
I will parry with my sword.
Okay, go on. Your sword doesn't take damage because it's from a hafted weapon. So you successfully parry the first trident, Dave. The second one hits you for 4 damage. That's probably not going to get through. Right. Second shot, end of round. A very broad approximation of straight ranks. 6 damage is not enough to get through his armor. Kieran, are you just holding fire or you?
Yeah, I'm holding fire because it's a bad idea.
Right, McLovin, it's all on you, McLovin.
Do something tricky.
Oh,
that'll do.
It's a 15. It's a hit on the abdomen. Oh, dear God.
Can he dodge or parry or whatever?
He's lying on the floor.
You stab him through the abdomen. There's a scream and the spirit bursts forth from his eyes. Kane, you suddenly feel the spirit attacking you, screaming psychic angst, and just explodes on the ethereal plane.
Thank God.
Shout, head,
killing him.
I'm screaming, head. Those 3.
Cut his head off.
Yeah, cut his head off.
Kane, you suddenly snap back. You're covered in sweat. before you lies the body of the shaman.
Chop his head off. Move it very far away from this fountain thing.
Kick it over to me.
I want to throw it at Crowdad.
Roll the throne.
See?
No, there
Wow.
you go.
Okay, Crowdad, this head comes sailing over the water and bounces and lands squelchily at your feet.
I'll drop me bow, pull out me spear and shield, hold this head so it can be seen over me shield, and then step up alongside Davy and stare through the door and go, "Hello, boys."
And while he's doing that, I shall purloin the tail.
Oh, God.
It is a delicacy. It's a well-known fact.
Yes, I'm stuffing it in my backpack even as we speak.
Well, you can make an intimidate check. I'm going to give you a maximum bonus as if you rolled a crit, so plus 50% intimidate check.
But I did actually make it without the bonus.
They see this severed head in front of them. They immediately start screaming and turn tail and run, no pun intended.
Kill them all! No survivors!
So that is where we will leave it for tonight.
Enough sandwiches to open a market stall.
That turned into quite a cliffhanger ending, that.